Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again back to the channel. Thank you once again for joining me. So the other day I posted a video about Kyle Rittenhouse's trial. Well, some of it was about Kyle Rittenhouse's trial, where I stated that he would not serve a day in jail. He would walk away scot-free, and that nothing would happen to him because he's a white male in America, cis white male in America. It doesn't matter if you kill whoever you kill. It's okay because you're a cis white male. Specifically, if you're a cis white conservative male, you have no worries in the world whatsoever. If, like I said, if you even serve jail time, it'll be the minimal amount of time that you can serve if you're not let out early for good behavior, or you just don't get justice served to you at all. Once again, our court system is set up specifically, and always has been. All of our laws, rules, regulations, everything that has anything to do with incarceration were set up specifically to make sure that people of color had no rights, could not do anything in this country without the say-so of whites, and then to make sure that if you do anything that they don't like, not that it has to be illegal, but they don't like, they'll either kill you or throw you in prison for a long time if you are not white, specifically cis white evangelical males. Kyle Rittenhouse, once again, as I've stated before, now all we're doing is waiting to see what's going to happen in the Ahmaud Arbery trial, which, take a guess at what's going to happen there. I'll just give you the slightest bit of a guess as what's going to happen. I can go ahead and make the prediction for you if you want, but I don't want to spoil it for you because I pretty much know what's going to happen in this trial. I already predicted the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Now we get to tell you again. Well, no, I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen in this trial that's with Ahmaud Arbery's murderers, but I can assure you the punishment, if any, that they get will be the minimal that they can possibly give them time for, because as always when it comes to cis white evangelical males in this country, the justice system works exactly just like it did for Kyle Rittenhouse, exactly the way it was designed to work. Make sure people of color cannot do the things that people that are white can do uninhibited. They want to make sure that people of color cannot go anywhere. We got you down there, you're going to stay there. If you try to rise up and come here and be on our level, have equality, fuck that, we're going to throw you in prison or murder you. Pick a black person that's dead because of whites and the laws and rules and regulations that they've put on the books to keep us where we are, that wasn't killed or thrown in prison because of those laws, rules, and regulations. How's it that Philando Castile can get murdered for complying with a police officer, shot 6-7 times for complying with the police officer's orders while he was legally carrying a firearm in his vehicle that the officer asked for his permit? When he went to grab his permit, the officer murdered him. Murdered. Officer didn't serve a day in jail. He's a free man, gonna go work somewhere else. Philando Castile, dead. Didn't get the choice of whether or not he would get to see his day in court. He's dead. Kyle Rittenhouse, once again, murders 2 people, grievously injures another, carries a weapon across state lines illegally. No fucking charges stuck. They let him go. Not because he wasn't guilty, but because he's a cis white evangelical conservative male in the United States of America. For those of you, very few, 2-3 people who saw the video that I put out before and said, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for actually listening and paying attention. For the rest of you who just did this, now maybe hopefully you'll pay attention and see that what I'm trying to tell you has always been the truth. If you are a white person in the United States of America, yes, you may be kind to people of color. You may have people of color in your family. You might even be married to or dating one. That's great, but you can never know and will never be able to know what it is like to walk in the footsteps, shoes, skin of a person of color who has to go through daily what the United States puts us through on purpose to ensure that we are not treated the same and given the same rights as everyone else who's not a person of color. That is the way the laws have been set. You can look up almost any law, and it was basically set. That law was made to make sure that people of color can't do something that people who are white can do. It's a fact. You can go look whatever law you want to look up. Just go look up one, and you'll see that what I'm saying is the truth. Or you can just do what's been done for hundreds of years now and just completely just nod your head and go, shrug your shoulders and just let it go. Because not a single one of you that is a Caucasian American, white American, European American, whatever you want to call yourself, will stand up and say, hey, the obvious thing is that you're the majority in this country. But every single one of you seems to believe that you're not racist, or that you don't do racist things, or that you don't benefit from the inherent systemic racism in the United States of America. And if you are the majorities and you say that you don't believe in any of that stuff, you could easily turn all of that around in a day by saying we're not going to have this anymore. We need to treat everyone with respect, dignity, and the people who have pretty much built this entire country should be treated with more respect, and the people who we stole this country from should be treated with the same amount, if not more respect, than the people who stole the country and enslaved the people who look like me. You know, we should have the same shit. We don't want more shit. This is the same shit. But not a single one of you will stand up and gather up all your cronies and friends who supposedly feel the same way and don't like racism and aren't racist and aren't inherently and systemically racist and aren't benefiting from all that racism. None of you will stand up and say, hey, let's gather all of our friends that think this way. We're going to go march on Washington. Hey, fuck a million black men march. This should be like a 100, 200 million white person march going to the United States Capitol stating, we're not going to have this anymore. Reparations for people of color. Give the Native Americans back the land that we've stolen from them and ensure that they have the rights, the same rights that we've taken away from them for hundreds of years. What's that? None of you are going to do that? Exactly, you won't do that, because you know and you understand that if everyone has the same rights and equalities that you do as a white person, that it will make things fair and equitable. And the equality thing is the one thing that white people cannot stand, no matter what your position is with us. It doesn't matter who you are. You can sit there and say, oh yeah, I love equality, but you're not doing shit to make it happen. So white people, love you to death. Got a bunch of you in my family, but not a single one of you is standing up and doing what needs to be done to make things change. If you want it change, you're the majority. If you're not racist, you could change everything in a day by all of you standing up and saying that this will not stand. But none of you are. You're sitting back, rocking back on your heels, and just watching shit happen because it doesn't affect you in any way. Doesn't matter who the president is, who's in Congress, who's in the Senate. It affects you zero. Zero. Any of the laws that they will pass to incarcerate and fuck people over don't affect you in any way. It doesn't matter who the president is. Now ask yourselves, if you're a white person, when Barack Obama was president, how did that change your world? Did your world change at all? In any way? No, I didn't think so. How about when Trump was president? Did anything in your world change? Did you lose money? Did anything happen to you? Did you get incarcerated? Did the laws that were made during the time of Trump and Barack Obama and any other president before, did that hinder your freedoms in any fucking way whatsoever? Of course not, it didn't. And it never will, until you people who are in charge of every fucking thing and run all this shit, make all the laws, decide to stand up and say no more. But until then, we'll keep fighting this fight on our own, even though you guys may be standing next to us and rooting us on, but we're still fighting this fight alone because you are the majority. You could easily stop every single fucking bit of this in a day, but you won't, because it benefits you for it to stay the way that it is. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. Stay safe out there, and please do not forget to be the best heathens that you can be, and have a great evening.